You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 4th of June. Australia's Defence Minister meets Indian counterpart, condoles Pahalgam victims. Pakistan wanted India on its knees in 48 hours, folded up in 8 hours, says India's CDS. And Sheikh Mujibur's freedom fighter status not revoked, states Bangladesh government. And now for all the details. Amid heightened regional tensions, Australia's Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister Richard Marles on Wednesday expressed solidarity with New Delhi over its action under Operation Sindoor against terror outfits as he arrived in India for an official visit. Holding bilateral engagements with Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Marles, the first senior Australian minister to visit India after PM Anthony Albanese retained power for a second term, said that Australia stands with India and every other country in combating terrorism. He added, Canberra will continue to work with India as to combat terrorism in all its forms. He said it is exciting to work with India, highlighting that Australia appreciates the relationship it has built in the defence sector in the past 3 years. In his opening remarks, Rajnath Singh said it is heartening to note the significant milestones achieved in bilateral defence relations since the last meeting between the two leaders. He also appreciated Australian support towards New Delhi as he highlighted the meeting is taking place at a time when India is facing extreme challenges at the western borders. And India's Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan on Tuesday said Pakistan aimed to bring India to its knees in 48 hours, but instead Pakistan only folded up in 8 hours. Speaking at an event, General Chauhan revealed that Pakistan launched multiple attacks under Operation Bunyan al-Marsus to escalate the conflict, but India's measured response under Operation Sindoor targeted only terror outfits. He said India retaliated by striking key Pakistani military bases from Karachi to Sargodha. As losses mounted, Islamabad requested a ceasefire, which India accepted. Sources revealed to ANI that India's airstrikes hit at least 6 Pakistani fighter jets and C-130 transport aircraft. A high-value aerial asset, possibly an AWACS or ACM aircraft, was taken out from 300 kilometers away using a Sudarshan long-range strike. Multiple drones and UCAVs were also destroyed using air-launched cruise missiles. Technical analysis of the damage is still ongoing.
Although lost by Pakistan on 10th of May at about 1 a.m., its aim was to get down India to its knees in 48 hours. Multiple attacks were lost. And in some manner, they have escalated this conflict, which we had actually hit only terrorist targets, but also into the military domain. From their perspective, it would have been rational in the sense they would have said that you use military means to hit these targets. But it was also rational on their part, operation which they thought they'll continue for 48 hours, folded up in about 8 hours.
Meanwhile, former Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari on Tuesday called for dialogue and intelligence sharing between Islamabad and New Delhi during a media briefing in New York. Bhutto, who is leading a copycat delegation to push Pakistan's case in selective countries, expressed willingness to cooperate with India in combating terrorism, even suggesting collaboration between Pakistan's ISI and India's RAW. His remarks come amid Pakistan's recent admission of greater losses during India's Operation Sindoor. A military dossier revealed that Indian strikes targeted at least 18 locations, 7 more than previously acknowledged by India, including areas in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab and Sindh. This disclosure underscores the scale and precision of India's response, reinforcing its military capabilities in the region. And what started as a precautionary measure turned into one of the largest ever jailbreaks in the Malir district of Karachi, Pakistan, where over 200 inmates were permitted to leave their cells following earthquake tremors this week. The officials claimed that the mob became hard to control and the prisoners had snatched guns from prison staff, leading to a shootout and then forced open the main gate. This incident also led to the killing of at least one prisoner in the shooting, officials said.
और रात के टाइम पे हमारा इतना वो होता भी नहीं है कि मॉब को हम कंट्रोल कर सकें। बहरहाल उसके बावजूद कोशिश पूरी की और इसमें अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह ये बात जो हम कह सकते हैं कि कोई हाई प्रोफाइल कैदी नहीं था, कोई फॉरेनर या इंडियन नेशनल कोई नहीं था। ये इस जेल में ये भी एक बात होती है कि यहाँ पे छोटे छोटे केसेस वाले लोग होते हैं अमूमन। तो ये
As news of the jailbreak spread, worried family members rushed to the prison gates, desperate to know about the well-being of their loved ones. Locals said that the police are refusing to address their queries, leaving them in a state of fear and anxiety. So far, around 80 prisoners have been caught, most still out of the prison, informed the Reuters news agency.
हमारा बच्चा अंदर है, इन लोग 3 घंटे हो गए न बता रहे कि क्या है क्या नहीं है, ऊपर से डंडे भी मार रहे, ज़बरदस्ती भी करे, कोई कानून कोई कुछ चीज़ भी नहीं है, न कुछ इतना भी नहीं बता रहे कि आपका बच्चा हाँ जिंदा है, मरा है, क्या नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं बता रहे। क्या करें, हम किधर जाए, किसके पास जाए?
Moving on, teachers in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan have taken to the streets, suspending classes to demand long-pending promotions. The protests reflect a deeper crisis in the region's education system, marked by neglect and broken promises. Our report.
Government school teachers in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan are boycotting classes, demanding overdue promotions. Academic activity has been suspended since last week as thousands protest in Gilgit, the regional headquarters. They seek implementation of court orders to promote B.Ed holders to grade 16 and holders of certificate in teaching to grade 14. The protesting teachers allege only 300 of nearly 7,000 eligible teachers were promoted, triggering claims of discrimination. A recent order to verify teacher records is being seen by protesters as a stalling tactic.
कैटेगरीज बनाए गए हैं, मुख्तलिफ किस्म के कानून लागू हैं जिसकी वजह से एहसास महरूमी के शिकार हैं। और तीसरी बात ये हमें इंतहाई दुख के साथ कहना पड़ता है कि हमने अपने खून पसीने से जिन कलियों की आबियारी करके इस गुलशन को महकना चाह रहे थे, आज हम क्लासेस का बायकाट करके अपने तलबा को हुसूल इल्म के मतलाशी तलबा को इल्म से दूर रख रहे हैं। यकीनन इसका हमें इंतहाई ज़्यादा दुख है कि कुछ तालिब इल्म आए उस्ताद को कहे कि उस्ताद जी हमें पढ़ाए और उस्ताद क्लासरूम का बायकाट करे। ये इंतहाई हम भी शर्मिंदा हैं, लेकिन हमारे साथ ही साथ नारवा सलूक रखा गया है।
The voices of the teachers echo a growing frustration across the region as demands for justice, fair treatment, and educational reforms gain momentum in the occupied territory. Harsh government policies, chronic underfunding, and bureaucratic neglect have left schools without resources and teachers without motivation, with students suffering the most.
Bangladesh interim government has clarified that Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's status as a freedom fighter remains intact. This comes after media reports suggested that the leaders of the Mujibnagar government that coordinated the war efforts of the Mukti Bahini and the nascent Bangladesh Armed Forces had their freedom fighter status revoked following amendments to the National Freedom Fighters Council Act. Azad Majumdar, Deputy Press Secretary to the Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus, however, refuted the claims. An advisor to the Ministry of Liberation War Affairs also emphasized that those who fought with arms and those who led the war are both considered freedom fighters, while government employees and diplomats of that era are regarded as associate freedom fighters. The Jammu Ordinance defines categories of freedom fighters, including professionals who contributed abroad and supporting journalists. Officials stressed that associate status does not diminish anyone's contribution. Bangladesh won independence in 1971 after a 9-month war against Pakistan led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and supported by India. Hundreds of devotees flocked the revered Mata Kheer Bhawani temple, defying terror threats days after the deadly attack on tourists in Pahalgam in India's Jammu and Kashmir. The sacred festival, marked by profound faith and devotion, is held annually at the sacred temple in Gandarbal area in Jammu and Kashmir. As part of the rituals, devotees offer kheer or sweet milk pudding to a sacred spring. The temple, dedicated to goddess Raganya Devi, considered an incarnation of goddess Durga, becomes the center of this annual religious festival, which holds deep cultural and spiritual significance for the Kashmiri Pandits. Pilgrims from across India have arrived to celebrate the festival. This festival holds significance for not just the Kashmiri Pandits but also the local Muslim residents, as they're often seen helping their Hindu brethren in the festival's preparations, showcasing the spirit of brotherhood and shared heritage.
ये तो एक परंपरा यहाँ की है कि जो मुस्लिम्स के बगैर ये तो संभव ही नहीं है ये बड़ा दिन। वो देखिए प्रसाद यहाँ बांटना, अंदर सर्व करना, आगे पीछे सब मुस्लिम्स लोग ही तो सपोर्ट करते हैं। तो इसमें ये आप देख लीजिए एक गंगा जमनी तहजीब आप देख सकते हैं, एक मिलन हो रहा गंगा जमुना का, जैसे हिंदू और मुसलमान फिर आपस में मिल रहे हैं यहाँ पे, एक दूसरे को गले भी लगा रहे हैं और ये परंपरा हमें चलती आ रही है।
That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.